Okay, so I'm going to show you how do we find the vertex of a quadratic formula without having to graph it. Okay, I'm going to give you the formula for the x-coordinate of your vertex. Remember, a vertex is a coordinate, right? So you have your x-coordinate and then you have your y-coordinate. I'm going to show you that the x-coordinate is going to be equal to this formula. You can use this, negative b over 2 times a. So let's find the x-coordinate. So to find the x-coordinate, I'm going to use that formula. So you have x equals negative b, so negative 16, here's the b, over 2 times your a, which a here is 1. So you have here negative 16, 2 times 1 is 2, so negative 16 divided by 2 is negative 8. That is my x-coordinate of my vertex. Now to find the y-coordinate, you're going to take the negative 8 and you're going to plug it in here, and then that'll give you your y-coordinate. Okay, so to do the y-coordinate, I'll do it in the blue, so you in blue color. So you have y equals, and I'm going to take the negative 8 and I'm going to plug it into both of these x's here. So you have negative 8 squared plus 16 times negative 8 plus 64. Now this part I'm going to go, since it's order of operations and I have my calculator, I'm just going to go ahead and plug it in my calculator. Okay, so you have here parentheses negative 8 squared plus 16 times negative 8 plus 64, which is 0. So that is my y-coordinate. Okay, so negative 8, 0 is my y-coordinate. And I can confirm it by graphing it for you. So if you want to just check it out, you can go to y equals, and then we're going to go ahead and graph this function just to confirm that it is correct. X squared plus 16x. Whenever you're graphing in this, remember to always use this x over here, plus 64. Then you can graph it right here. And look, negative 8, yeah, negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then y-coordinate is 0. I'm going to do one more example. Let's look at number 4. Okay, so again, I'm going to start by finding my x-coordinate of my vertex by using my formula. So I'm going to do x equals negative b, so negative 12 all over 2 times a, and a is negative 3. Okay, and then so that you have negative 12 divided by 2 times negative 3, so that's negative 12 over negative 6, and that is equal to positive 2. So the x-coordinate of my vertex is equal to positive 2. Now I'm going to find the y-coordinate by plugging it into my function. So now you have y-coordinate is equal to negative 3 times 2 squared plus 12 times 2 minus 10. Yeah, this part I'm going to go ahead and plug it in my calculator. So you have here, so to get out of your graphing, you can just hit second quit. Okay, and then so you have negative 3 times 2 squared plus 12 parentheses times 2, whoops, times 2 minus 10 is equal to positive 2. So my y-coordinate is equal to positive 2. Let's go ahead and graph it and check to see if we're correct. So I'm going to do negative 3 x squared, always use this x squared, plus 12x minus 10. And we're going to graph it. And then the vertex is at 2, 2, right there. And if you want to kind of trace it and look at it, I think if you had trace right here, you can trace the graph. You can kind of, won't give you the exact, but it kind of gives you an estimate right there. So it's like 2, 1.9, which is, you can round that to 2. Okay. All right. So yeah. So let me go to the next section right here. It's asking you to graph it. I mean, so you would find the vertex, and yeah, you can make a table and graph it. Let's do one of them. Okay, so for this one, let me first find the x-coordinate of my vertex. So you have x equals negative b, negative b, so that's negative 2, over 2 times 2a, so 2 times 1. So negative, that's a positive. 2 times 1 is 2. So the x-coordinate is equal to 1. I'll write it here. And then let me find the y-coordinate. So then y would end up being 1 squared minus 2 times 1 minus 3. So 1 squared minus 2 times 1 minus 3, which is equal to, let's see, 1 minus 2 is negative 1. Negative 1 minus 3 is negative 4. Okay. Yeah, negative 4. Looks really bad. So the vertex is 1, negative 4. 1 and then negative 4. And then to see, you can make a table. So we can make a table of values. So we can do, we can just, start plugging in and then connect the dots. Let's see what happens when you get x equals 2 and then x equals negative 2. And then I think it should be able to give us our graph. So what you can do is you can plug in your function. So you're going to do, I'm going to plug in 2 in here. So you have 2 squared minus 2 times 2 minus 3. I'm just plugging it in to see what my y-coordinate. So my y-coordinate would be negative 3. Okay, and then let me see what it would be when it's negative 2. So whenever you're plugging in a negative number and you're squaring it, just make sure to put it in parentheses. Minus 2 parentheses negative 2 minus 3. Oops. Which is 5. Okay, so 2 goes to negative 3, which is over here. And negative 2 goes to positive 5, which is over here. Okay. Let me do one more value. Let me try what negative 1 equals to. So negative 1. So that would be negative 1 squared minus 2 parentheses negative 1 minus 3 negative 4. Something is off a little bit. I think I did my vertex wrong. Let me plug in my vertex equals to 1. So you would have 1 squared minus 2 times 1 minus 3, yeah, negative 4. So how did I get negative 4 here as well? Oh, I did plus. Okay, I see where it's from. Okay, so this would be negative 1 squared. I put positive, that's why. Minus 2 parentheses negative 1 minus 3 0. Okay, so that makes more sense. So at negative 1 we have 0. Okay, then now, so my graph looks something like that. That looks really bad. I'm going to go ahead and check the values in the calculator. All right, so let's check it in our calculator. So you have x squared minus 2x minus 3. Graph it. I'm going to go to my table. So 2 goes to negative 3, yeah. Negative 2 is up here. Negative 2 goes to 5. And negative 1 goes to 0. Well, I guess that's right. It's just my graph is exactly. Okay, and then the last thing I wanted to go over was problem number 7. So this question's asking you to identify the maximum value for each. Okay, so before I tell you how to do this one, let me just go back up to, well, I guess I don't have a graph up there. So the maximum and minimum, we need to go ahead and find the vertex, and then the maximum or minimum is always going to be your y-coordinate. So for example, the maximum and minimum is going to be your y-coordinate. So this one has, so if it's a positive function, so you know your parabola is going to go up like this, which means that it has a minimum vertex. So this would have a minimum at 0. For example, and then this one, since it's a negative, so it would, the graph of it would go down like that. Then it would have a maximum value at 2. So this one would have a minimum value at 0. This one would be a min. And this one would be a maximum value at your y-coordinate 2. So let's look at this example. So we do need to find the vertex. So let's go ahead and find the x-coordinate first. So we're going to do x equals negative b, negative 8 over 2 times a, which is negative 1. So that is negative 8 divided by negative 2, that's positive 4. So my vertex so far is at 4, and then let's find the y-coordinate. So to y, you're going to plug 4 in here. I was going to put that part in, sorry. In our calculator, second quit. Okay, so you have negative x squared, well, it's not x squared, it's 4 squared. Sorry. Okay, let me start over. Negative 4 squared plus 8 times 4 minus 20. So my y-coordinate, is that right? Negative 4, yeah, I guess, negative 28. Okay, now since this is a negative function, so you know your parabola is gonna go down like that, and the y-coordinate is at 28. I know it's not on the scale, so this will be a maximum at 28. Let's go ahead and graph it and check. So you have negative x squared plus 8x minus 20. I want to graph it. I was way off. So 4 oh, why did I put negative 4? Oh, okay, I see what I did. Okay, so that is negative, and then my parentheses is 4 squared plus 8 parentheses 4. The negative had to stay outside, minus 20. And there you go. The y-coordinate was negative 4. Yeah, the y-coordinate was negative 4. Okay, so that means that somewhere over here. Let me just erase that. So my vertex is at +4, -4, and then it's gonna go down. And so this is a maximum point. So the maximum is always gonna be your y-coordinate. So y equals -4, okay? So go ahead and do the rest of these. So you have 8, 6, so 2, 3, 6, and 8, okay? Thanks.